Hey everybody, so I've got some update on the TwinHammers buggy, and I've got one here half apart that I wanted to show off while we actually have it in pieces still. Now what we've done is we took a totally stock TwinHammers, and thank you to Brian Nunez for passing that along for us to work on. And we installed the GCM front motor plate, or sorry, not motor plate but battery tray. This is the one with the upright shock towers, and of course it gives us a chance to hinge the hood. And so we've got that installed, and of course right now the tranny is out. So what I actually want to show today is the steering up. So what we've got here is a brand new nylon bell crank on this side. You can see it right here, and this is running from the right hand wheel push rod all the way out to the bell crank, and then there's a brand new bearing and bolt system that goes into the top of the GCM plate right here, and that holds, there's a nut on the bottom you can see, and this brand new bell crank section rides on 2 ball bearings which are recycled from the original TwinHammers shock set. There's a steering link here that's actually reused from the original TwinHammers parts. That's a major plus because you don't have to go and buy anything to put that together. It's all original TwinHammers stuff so far, with a brand new bell crank on this side. Now, one of the push rods for the cantilever front suspension that was on the TwinHammers gets recycled to go in between from one of the bell cranks over to the other bell crank, and it's actually in here underneath the plate. I'm going to try to get in there for you to see it, but it's going to be real hard to see. You can kind of see the top of the arm right there, where the bottom, this one here, goes over to the steering, and then just on top you can see the very edge of that ball joint there. Let me see if I can get this turned around, and maybe, just maybe, we can get a view in there of it. You can kind of see it right in there. You can kind of see it right in there going from this bell crank all the way over. If I straighten that out, you might be able to see it in there. There, you can kind of see the two chrome balls there. There's one there, and that goes across just like this between the two new bell crank parts. Now, there's another bell crank part right here, and this one of course is only one-sided because the one on the right hand side is the one that has the steering push rod from the servo on it that goes over to the opposite side. Now, one of the things that you do have to add to these components from the 3D printed parts, what you do have to add is actually a couple of 22mm long screws that go down in here from the top of the GCM plate through the ball bearings, and then there's a nut on the bottom, and 22mm is the right size for that. And then you also have to add a new steering horn. The original TwinHammers steering horn is not going to work anymore because it's a really big bulky thing, and to get a proper fitment on it, it's recommended that you bend it a little bit or have one that will allow you to space the steering ball right here directly on top of the servo output. You can see how that's in line right there. That's really important. So, and if you look down here, you can barely see this, but the steering push rod here from the servo horn goes in a straight line all the way across to the opposite side of the plate right there. So let me turn this around here so you can kind of see the steering geometry from the servo. So you can see that coming from the servo horn over here, right there, and it goes all the way across to this bell crank, the push side of the bell crank right here. So anyways, the big discussion these days with the TwinHammers community is we need better steering, and I'm really happy to say that with these new parts, we've actually got appropriate bell crank steering on the truck now, and the geometry is really nice. Thankfully the design is absolutely amazing. check the links below in the video for where to buy these, and watch for an install video very soon on these fantastic parts. Again, I'm really happy to say that finally the TwinHammers is going to actually turn properly after it gets through a sand pit. Thanks for watching, and we hope that this helps you guys out with your own TwinHammer steering. Bye-bye. Ha ha ha!